Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to Young Guns Quest for Greatness, season number 3 with Borussia Dortmund. And let's get straight into it. And small disclaimer, I messed up my save game file slightly. So we are not at the start of the season. As you can see at the top, we're on the 2nd of January. I don't know exactly what I did there, but at least it's only halfway through the season. So I'm going to go through the usual stuff, simulate the rest of the season, and then we'll see where we're at. So there's been a lot of comings and goings, and I'll go over the league bit in a minute, but financially wise, wow, we are looking pretty at the moment. Nearly 300 million in the bank, 140 million pound transfer budget, with a massive wage, nearly £1 million wage budget going at the moment. Transfer wise, okay, so it was a big summer. I haven't done anything in the January because obviously it's just the start of January, but yeah, it was a big summer. So a couple of the young players obviously are sent out on loan again. The likes of Duranville, Koenig and Rykov have all gone out on loan. That's by the by. Sally Ozcan, good squad player, but I wanted to move him out so I can give Moscardo a bit more game time. So he's gone to Marseille for 10 million. But the big one was Niklas Süle, who, the big German centre-back, he's a phenomenal centre-back, but he turned 30 on the 3rd of September, and I was hoping to keep him for this season, but then the Saudis came knocking and snapped him up for nearly 69 million on a £700,000 a week contract, which is ridiculous, utterly ridiculous, but it gave me more money to spend, which I did. So starting with the lowest amount, the young regen from AC Milan, Martin Bolzan, left back, could develop into something, pretty good stats all around in the attribute area. So yeah, I think he could become something, we never know. Next one, Wim Hunyent. Now that name is a difficult one because Spanish one, I know the J's are pronounced like H's and so are the Q's, so yeah, it's a little bit weird. Anybody want to correct me, please do. But a very good attacking midfielder already, valued up to 30 million, potential ability of almost 5-star, very good attributes, and he's played really well already this season by the looks of it. 11 games, 3 goals, 2 assists. Can't complain of that for an 18-year-old. Another one from the Barcelona B team was Noah Darvish. Again, another player I'd never even heard of, but he is a real-life player, and he's 19 years old, worth almost 40 million, 4-star ability, and look at this. Technicals, mentals, and physicals, all top-notch for another attacking midfielder. He's brilliant, and again, he's pretty much hit the ground running. 12 games in the league, 2 goals, 4 assists, player of the match, over a 7 average rating again. Can't complain at that. Dimo Carter is a player who I bought previous season, but he didn't actually arrive until the 1st, because he had to wait until he was 18 and then move into the side. But very good, talented regen. Probably going to go out loan for the first couple of seasons to give him a bit of game time, but he's got the great potential ability, so hopefully he'll come good. Another one, Nissi Lombe, real life player. Again, I took a punt on this guy because of his potential ability. Am I regretting it? I don't know. He kind of reminds me of Bino Gittins and Duranville. He's got the technical ability, he's got the physical ability. Has he got the mental attributes? I know that builds up with game time, but the same goes for Duranville and Bino Gittins. They're getting the game time now, and their mental attributes really aren't developing that much. So I don't know. I don't know where this guy's going to go. We'll see how he gets on in the under-19s, and then we'll take it from there. Another regen, Richard Yakubu Sekli, 17-year-old striker / attacking midfielder, and yeah, he's good for a 17-year-old. I mean, under-19s, he's tearing it up. Don't think he's played for us yet. Nope. But 17 goals and 19 appearances for the under-19s is pretty decent. Then a couple of more well-known signings. Francesco Pio Esposito. Great name, great striker. I wanted a little bit more backup because, and I'll show you why in a second, Marlon and Haller did move. Final signing of the season after the tick over was El Shadili Bitshuabi from Leipzig. I probably butchered that name as well, but Sula went. I need another centre back in, even though I've got Koulibaly and Philippe Mane, who I'm going to be playing more. I wanted another centre back cover, and this guy fits the bill. Really, really good centre back. So I'm happy with that. But obviously, before the tick over, a couple of transfers did happen, which was Haller went to West Ham for 30 million, and Daniel Marlon went to Liverpool for 50 million. So I got another 80 million in the bank. Hence the reason why I had such a large transfer budget. So yeah, pretty good. But, as I say, we're in January here. We are second in the league after 16 games, but we are 11 points off Leipzig, who are flying. No losses, 2 draws and 14 wins. It's not just us, it's Bayern Munich and Freiburg. We can't catch them at the moment. It's ridiculous. I mean, I'm looking at the schedule and form hasn't been that bad. Yeah, okay, we had a bit of a blip there where we lost to Bayern Munich and Union Berlin, which is not good. We lost to Hoffenheim there and Barcelona in the Champions League, which reminds me of competitions-wise. How are we doing in the Champions League? We're not even in the qualifying area yet, which is not good. And we've been knocked out in the 3rd round by Leipzig, but we did win the German Super Cup, which was this year against Leipzig, of all teams. Well, there we go. So, we're going to simulate the rest of this season, see how we get on. So I'll see you guys in a few seconds. Wow. Oh my god. Before I simulated the season, I did say that we were 11 points behind Leipzig. 11. That is a pretty big points amount to be behind the leader. And we've won the Bundesliga in our 3rd season by 2 points. I noticed before I simulated the season we'd lost 5 games already, so it means we've only lost 1 since the rest of the simulation was done. And we won 28. That also, I did check in the emails, is a record of drawing no games. That's a Bundesliga record. But 28 wins. Wow. Our form must have been incredible towards the end of the season. Yep. There's our 1 loss against Bayern Munich of all teams. Surprise, surprise. But in between that, only 2 draws, which were both in the Champions League. And looks like we got knocked out again by Atletico Madrid. But our last league loss was Bayern Munich, and we just won. Wow. I'm well chuffed with that. Well chuffed. Obviously, we knew we got knocked out of the Pokal by Leipzig, and again the round of 16 by Atletico Madrid, but that's by the by. Bundesliga champions. Oh, and as you can see, I put Rodrigo into the side. He wasn't getting much game time, so I put him in because I wanted him to get his development going. So before I started the rest of the simulation, I put him in as a permanent fixture, and it's done him the world of good because the rest of the season, 20 games, 5 goals, 3 assists, 7 average rating. That might have turned things around for us. In fact, I think I'm bloody certain it did. So Adeyemi with 20 goals, Bakoku with 17, Bargi with 16 and 19 assists, star player of the season. Sabitzer 13 goals and 6 assists, Reina another 10 assists, 6 goals. Couldn't ask for more. Esposito didn't play as much, but then again he's got Bakoku and Adeyemi ahead of him, only getting 9 goals, so that may be something to watch out for. I don't know whether he's actually going to get in the team. I'm dumbfounded by that turnaround. That's a hell of a turnaround. That really is. Let's have a look at the finances side of things. Another 120 million to play with. Nearly $1 million in the wage budget. We are sitting very, very pretty for next season. Well, there you have it, folks. What do you think of that one? If you enjoyed the episode, please leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel, ring the little bell icon as well, and tune in for episode number 4, where hopefully we're going to retain the title, maybe win something else, and get a few more signings in, and we'll see how these players are developing. I'll do a little recap once the simulation is done in episode 4 to see how a couple of the signings are progressing. So, if you did enjoy this episode, please tune in for the next one, and I'll see you next time. Ta-ra.